Hi, Gospel Guitarist here again, and in this episode of AudioTech I just want to talk a little bit for a moment on effects units. This one here is a Yamaha unit. It's a RV100. It's been popular for a very long time and they sound really nice. Most of the effects units I've seen have pretty limited controls on them. For example, this one here, I also have a AudioTech Studio Twin, which is basically it's identical in controls, but it's swapped around the other way with a couple other extras. But they're usually a one rack unit, one space rack unit. So on this one we have an input level. We have a mix balance, which will blend the original signal of the channel. Let's say it's a vocal singer and you have this set for some reverb for your vocalists. This would be a wet dry mix, okay, between the actual dry vocal and the reverb unit itself, and this would control the input of the vocals coming into the unit. On this side we have your delay control, your decay, and your level. And then we have a couple program switches, so you can go through the programs in the window here. Just the numbers come up and it has a little display here of where you can find what kind of effects. And on this one we have reverb, and we have delay, and we have gated reverb, and we have stereo reverbs, we have delay with reverbs, and a modulated reverb, which would be like a chorus effect and a reverb effect together. This would be patched into your unit, your mixer, on an auxiliary send channel, whichever one that you want. On my system I would use the stage monitors are on auxiliary 1 so that I can do a stage mix. And then I could put something like this on auxiliary 2. I have two auxiliary sends on my board. So I would send a second one to a unit like this, or some other unit, or a chain of units, and run it back into the board. So that way I can have reverb on the vocals of a good quality. Sometimes the effects units that are built into the mixer, sometimes are good, sometimes they're not. But if you get an outboard unit like this, it's just simply going to sound better. So it's worth it to pick one of these up for a couple $100. You may like it better than the one on your board, especially if you have a cheaper board. So basically if I use this one with my Yamaha, which also has an effects system built into it, which is nice, so now I have two. It's because I can have an outboard Yamaha with the built-in Yamaha, so, and they're both of good quality. So if you want a little delay action going on the guitar part, you can throw this on that channel. Just dial it in through your auxiliary sends. Reverb on vocals. You don't want reverb on people talking. That's pretty much a no-no. So don't make that mistake. So if you do have an evangelistic event, I've done a lot of them, where we have singers come out and then you have the evangelists come out. Make sure you don't have the reverb activated on the evangelist microphone. That does not sound good when that happens. I've had that happen to me once, so, and it was enough for me to go, whoa, that was ugly. So you don't want to do that. So just make sure you know where you have it plugged in and where it's activated, and it can just liven up your mix. So hope that helps a little bit. There's all kinds of these effects units out there. None of them are extremely expensive. You can pick them up for a few $100s for decent quality ones. So you got these Yamahas, they don't make these anymore, but you can get these on eBay and Craigslist and whatnot, used music stores and whatnot. So that's what an effects unit does. So you can plug it into your acoustic guitar, you can plug it into microphones, you can use it in your studio, just about anywhere. So basic outputs and inputs on the back. So you just, on this model you've got 1/4 inch inputs. It also has a MIDI in, so you can control it with a foot switch controller or some type of desktop controller. So that's a quick look at effects units. I hope you found it helpful. and subscribe, and I'll keep on popping these videos out. It's about to get deeper.